Hey guys, it's SBG here on this Thursday afternoon, the 18th of October 2018. At the moment, I'm trying to sell an investment property that I own because I'm still planning on moving to Thailand, but I've had a few second thoughts because Thailand's getting a bit expensive now, so I'm considering the Philippines, but I'm a bit concerned about crime and personal safety. So I've got my place on the market, and if I can't get a decent price, I'm going to take it off the market, expecting to get about 340,000, which I think is really not enough. If there was like an undersupply of apartments, I'd get close to 400,000. So I'm just thinking, if I don't get a decent price, it's probably not worth selling at the moment, because last year there was an oversupply of 14,000 apartments in Brisbane. The amount of construction seems to have been dropping off recently, but I'm just worried that I could lose a lot of money if I sell right now. But I've got it listed, and I'll just see what prices I can get, and if I can't get what I want, I'm going to have to take it off the list, take it off the market. Anyhow, that's not what I want to talk about. I've been watching a few videos by a fellow MGTOW Hammerhand, the MGTOW monk. I quite like his videos. He seems to be a very genuine sort of person, nice guy. He's got some very good information and a lot of personal experience. So I've been watching quite a few of his vids. I was watching one of them, and he was talking about how marriage, when you get married, it's not like a fishing license, and I totally agree with that. There are too many guys, especially young guys, who are still treating marriage as a very casual and trivial sort of thing. They're very blasé about it, and they act as if marriage is just like going down to the local shops and buying a bottle of milk. And as us older, more experienced guys know, it's nothing like that. So young men and all men really need to think about the consequences of marriage these days, now in 2018, and what can happen to you, the disastrous results of getting married. So I just feel that a lot of guys are not thinking about this very carefully. What you need to consider and remember is that marriage is a legally binding contract where you are owned by a woman and you are owned by the state. So think about that for a moment. Think about that very carefully. Do you really want to be owned by someone? Do you want to be owned by the state? Do you want to be a slave, or do you want to have personal freedom? Remember, it's your time, it's your money, and it's your freedom. It's your life. So think carefully about the choices and decisions that you are going to make. And if you end up having kids, your wife will use them against you. She can manipulate you and sometimes even blackmail you. It's happened to many guys. So she will use your own kids as a weapon against you. I don't have any kids, but I've got friends who are still married and have kids, and I've got divorced friends. I know a few single dads, and I've heard all the horror stories, plus all the terrible things that we hear when we listen to MGTOW videos. So I just wanted to make this video to reiterate the message that marriage is actually very dangerous nowadays, and cohabitation living with a woman for a short time is also dangerous. You're putting yourself at legal risk, and you can face the legal consequences when you split up with this woman. When she decides she's had enough of you, she's bored with you, wants to get rid of you, you are subject to legal ramifications, just as it is when you are married and you get divorced. Just briefly want to touch on another thing. This whole feminism and women's rights thing is just getting out of hand. There, after the death of Eurydice Dixon, and I made a video about her, and I received quite a few negative hate comments about that, which I was fully expecting. After that happened, there were guys, a video was made and some guys were saying, now I'm very careful about not intimidating women, and at dusk, when the sun's just setting down, I'm walking along the road, I make sure that I cross the street when a woman is approaching, when I'm on the footpath, or you say sidewalk in the United States. And it's just stupid that some men are still wanting to change their way of life. We're restricting our freedom in order to placate, to make women happy, and we should not be doing this. And I'm sure you can think of many other examples of this type of thing. So we really need to start asserting ourselves, and really need to start to think very carefully about our futures, especially for the younger guys, which I've said many times. Just sitting here at a small local shopping centre, got to go out to the airport soon and pick someone up, so I just had enough time to make this video. A lot of traffic here on Fairfield Road, as you can see. Well, that's about all for now, guys. Hope you like the vid, and to any guys watching this, don't get married, because it's just too much of a disaster waiting to happen. And save your money, invest carefully, and spend time on your own hobbies and interests, and try to improve yourself. Always remember that if you want to improve yourself, do it for yourself. Don't do it for anybody else, especially not for a woman. It's just a stupid thing to do, and women don't appreciate anything that men do for them. Remember that you are just a disposable utility to a woman, and never forget this fact. It's the nature of women. Okay, guys, once again, thanks for listening, and I'll catch you later. Cheers.